Sit. God, you monster.
Alright, go.
Hi, welcome to Wine and Positive Vibes. Where it's a crazy dog day some days. Anyway, we are recording early, so, my pupper is full of energy, and we're going to try...
still not.
We're going to try and have her be a willing participant today. But she may get up and walk away. Not because she doesn't like a podcast, Alright, so today's wine is Sauvignon Blanc from California, from Family Vineyards. Hey, you're not even old enough in dog years. That's enough. Okay, well, there's no fancy description on this one, so I'll make up my own travel story. I've been to California.
It is on the box.
It's on the box.
We'll
Okay,
cut
well.
this stuff. Go grab the box quick from the fridge. It has a description and it's actually kind of interesting, so we should.
Well,
read
shit, here, I was about to make up my own damn story. Okay, so we didn't want to look like wine alcoholics, so we didn't bring the whole box, but it's got the description on it. So, at Sutter Home, our family, not our family, their family, has been bringing people together since 1948. Join us in raising a glass of good times with our refreshing Sauvignon Blanc. I looked how to pronounce this, okay? Zesty citrus aromas give way to juicy melon flavors, delicate grassy notes of a crisp, vibrant finish, and they tell you to visit them at their website. Okay.
I always wanted to try grass wine, so it should be interesting.
Okay. I was gonna ask you what your thoughts were on, just based off the description.
Well, it sounded really good up until the grassy point because I'm actually allergic to grass, but
oh gosh. Do we need an EpiPen here?
No, but it should be interesting. I'm interested to see if we can actually depict why they say grassy.
Right, yeah. I don't know, because when I was out in California, granted it was probably the middle of drought season, there was no
That's true. Yeah, same.
Okay, no. Just pass that off. Alright, your hands weren't wet.
Yeah.
But no, I've been out to California and I went to a vineyard out there and it was really fun, and since it was drought season there was no one out there, so it was a personal tailored experience with the owner, and got a real cool
Well, it comes in this cute little box with 4 of these little bottles here. It's kind of a good size for travel, so if you're going out to the beach with your girlfriends, which we may or may not have done a couple weeks ago, good size to bring out there. They are plastic, not glass, so another good thing if you're going to be packing them in a bag or something. But yeah, so I guess with that we will
give it a shot. Cheers. Roxanne.
It is what it is.
I gave a disclaimer early on, so.
It smells good.
It does.
I guess I don't usually think to smell the wine, but as I was bringing it to my mouth, it did have a good, pleasant smell.
Okay. It's a little bitter and a little tart, but it's got a sweetness to it.
Yeah, it's pungent. It's very strong flavor very quickly. Right away you got all the flavor.
Rick, so what are your thoughts on the smell?
Your smell is better than ours.
What do you think? She kept sniffing it, so I think she likes the smell of it.
I taste grass. They're not kidding. The aftertaste.
Grass?
Yes, that aftertaste.
Have you eaten grass?
No, but I'm really allergic to grass. I have horrible allergies, and if I go outside when somebody's mowing the lawn and I smell that fresh cut lawn smell, I know I'm just about to not look pretty. It's gonna get nasty. So I actually do taste that grassy note, which is really strange.
I wasn't really tasting it until you said something. Which also
Do you taste it now though?
Yeah, but you know what? It gave me a good idea for maybe a future video. We should do a blind taste testing.
Yes, absolutely. What do you taste in this wine?
Yeah.
See if it matches the description.
Yes. Because if you hadn't said grass, I don't know if I would have gotten to grass. But.
Right. But once, yeah. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't dislike this wine at all. It's I don't even know the words to use for this one. It's got a strong flavor.
But it's, I don't know, it's smooth.
It's not like dry. It's not like it's like hard to swallow, nothing like that. It's just got a strong flavor.
Yeah. It's very like mellow and mild maybe. Like not a dry, not a sweet.
Yeah, it's not like overly sweet like some of the more berry wines and stuff that we like.
I'd say it's in the middle.
Yeah. No, it's easy enough to drink to be able to enjoy a glass or two, but I wouldn't be able to finish off the bottle with a friend. Like been there. Not with this one.
No.
But a glass, maybe two.
One that's good with the meal, not if you're having a really rough night and you just want a bottle.
Yeah, I don't think this one really said anything about what it would pair with, but would be interesting to kind of look that up and see what they say for like a Sauvignon Blanc.
I guess for like maybe not so much food because I'm not good with food pairing yet, but like activity pairing, like we said this probably wouldn't be good with the girlfriends unless you have
I could see this one sitting out in the yard.
like the college
munching on some grass.
Like the college frat parties, but we have
that's
classy
fair. Or even just sitting on the patio watching the kids play.
Yeah.
It kind of feels sophisticated.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm like a house mom. Okay.
I feel like we've graduated from the like college era. Like we live in a college area, so it's like you see a lot of people out in the yards with their beer pong and stuff.
Sure.
I feel like we'd be out in the yards with our fancier elevated chairs and wine.
No, it does have a taste, if that makes sense at all. Mm-hmm. It does have a taste that makes you feel like it's a sophisticated drink.
Yeah.
Like
you've
sounds
graduated
silly even to say it out loud, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so your rating from 1 to 10.
I'd say like a 6.5. Like I drink it again. It's not my favorite, but it's not bad. Like I'm not sitting here having to like fake that I'm liking this one.
Yeah, no, it's good. I think, and honestly, the more I drink of it, I think I'd be so far as to give it. I think 6.5 is good. I don't quite want to make that step to 7, but it's good. It's pleasant, and the more I drink it, the like almost sweeter it tastes. If that makes sense. Like you kind of get past those like initial weird notes, and then it's like just really clean. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I agree with that. I think 6.5 is a good number for this one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would have it again for sure. Mm-hmm. I might even buy it again. Like.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah. So let's see. I'll start off with a fun fact. So just give you guys a little more background on us as hosts. And I joined a water ski team once because I liked the costumes and saw a picture on the wall, not because I actually knew how to ski. I ended up being on a water ski team for about 9 seasons, and I traveled between 3 different teams, and it was a good experience and a very tight-knit community. I then did a water ski collection for part of my project in college and ended up traveling down to Florida with the team who knew people that I had skied with previously on other teams. So very small and interconnected community. Lovely, but I don't ski anymore, just don't live in the right area for it. So my new hobby has become mud runs and spending time with friends, and I recently did one yesterday. It was a lot of fun, traveling through the obstacles in the mud.
This Joker thinks like it's fun to run 10 plus miles.
Yeah, and I can't convince anyone else to do this mud run with me. So it's a really good time though. Like it pushes your boundaries like no other. Like don't get me wrong, like you're crawling under barbed wire and maybe getting electric shock, but you know, it's still fun.
I will be doing a mud run.
But not that.
But it's going to be far less distance covered, and I think a little less brutal. You've done it before. Comparison, it's pretty mild.
It's very mild.
Yep. I don't run.
Yeah, and here I am looking at like, okay, well, Spartan races look a little more intense than what I have done, so maybe that's what I'm going to sign up for next. Until I get too old, and then I just start hurting.
Too old. Says the youngest one in our whole group of friends.
What about you? I mean, I don't know about you, but...
Let's see. As far as hobbies go, I like to read and write. Fun fact, I have actually self-published a novel, a teen fiction novel. I don't get a lot of time to write, but it is one of my favorite things. I write short stories, novels, poetry. Not good poetry, mind you that. I write very, like, rhymey, basic level poetry, but I don't believe in poetry that doesn't rhyme. Like, what's the fun in that? But I'm a very, I don't know, it's just something I've always loved to do. Other than that, I don't really have many hobbies, just like spending time with my family, my kids. Yeah.
You know, I think too, maybe go forward, like, if our viewers have any questions or anything they want to elaborate on, feel free to drop it in the comments section, you know, and maybe we'll take a few minutes out of every video to address some of those
absolutely.
Questions.
It's really important when you are picking a breed of dog to have that you really deeply consider your lifestyle. We have basically two extreme opposites. We've got crazy energetic and lazy, can't move much without dying, which is very fitting for our personalities. As these videos will go on, you'll see that we are completely opposites in ourselves. So as we have a lot of like things that we both enjoy, however, Callie is a much more active person. She likes to be out doing things, hiking, running, whatever the hell it is. I like to be home, being lazy, sitting on the couch, writing, watching TV, reading. Like, our dogs fit us. They definitely fit us. I could not keep up with Rexa if she was my dog, and Callie would get very bored with Creature, though she does love the snuggles.
Oh, yes.
But,
yep.
It would get old fast.
He's a pretty good couch buddy.
Yeah. I went rollerblading with Rexa the other day because there's no way Creature could have done it. So, I mean, there are perks to being roommates. Like, I can embrace that in the very brief times that I feel like being active, and she can enjoy the couch snuggles when she feels like sitting on the couch. So
it actually worked out really well yesterday.
Yeah,
so.
No, it's nice. So just wanted to embrace that when you're going to be picking a dog. Mm-hmm. Look at the breeds, do the reading, figure out what is common for those breeds, and choose accordingly.
Yeah.
It's not fair to a dog to sit around because you can't be active enough for their breed, or vice versa.
And I work 5 days a week in office most of the time, so because I consider her and her energy levels and everybody else, she goes to daycare so she can burn off some energy and socialize, and it's good to keep them socialized when they're young so they don't get aggressive later on.
Absolutely.
So. But she's the type of dog that won't say no to adventure, which I love, and I've actually been looking at mud runs to do with her, so more to come if I track one of those down to participate with her. Yeah, so we're gonna go for the competition. Yeah, we're gonna see which one of you is probably a little more trained.
It's hard to say, you know. we've got a young but very, very intelligent, fast learner. Mm-hmm. A wild Creature is actually pretty darn smart. So we're gonna see that our old dog here, who's been fairly trained, and smart little young cookie who's losing the motivation. We're going to see who can perform the tricks, and we'll keep a tally going. And then we are going to do tricks that are very basic. We're going to be doing some that are a little less basic, and then some new ones that we haven't really tried with either of them.
Yeah. We'll see if an old dog can learn new tricks.
We're gonna find out what's going to happen here. So we are going to situate for that, and then we will get started.
Yep. Speak. She's gonna look at me like I'm crazy. Speak.
First time he's ever done that. No fair. Okay, so I think it is clear that though she is very smart in getting the tricks, Creature has years on her. So he's definitely had more time to learn tricks. However, I think in a matter of no time, Rex is going to be able to do most of those, probably even better than Creature. Creature has never been able to do bag, and I don't know if it's just because of like the build of his body. It's just a really hard position for him. But that goes to say also, as far as rollover goes, you probably will not be able to get your dog to roll over unless they automatically kick their legs one way or another when they lay down. Lazy breeds like Creature do it instantly because their first instinct is to just like lay comfortably. Active breeds like Rexa tend to stay more alert, which means they're not going to kick their back legs to either side. They're going to stay in a ready position. It's really hard to get a dog to roll over if they don't kick their legs out. So it's something obviously that can be taught, but it's harder to teach on certain dogs. That being said, Creature learned it very quickly simply because he's lazy. Yeah, I'm talking about you. But yeah, so obviously if we try this again in a couple months, I'm sure Rex was going to be right up there with Creature.
Yeah. I feel like the basic tricks I've gotten her to do, I mean, she's good at sit and lay down, really good at those. But I feel like I've been more on the training of like, okay, let's go do adventures and getting her more accustomed to rollerblading and mountain biking and all those things. So yeah, she's probably lacking a little bit in the basic training, but.
If you guys have fun tricks that you've taught your dogs, feel free to put them below and we'll try some of them in a video.
Yeah. Yep. And Rexa's pretty good at being a quick learner. Like, I've taken her rollerblading like 2 or 3 times, and like the first time was actually pretty good, little bumpy, but like pretty good overall. And it doesn't take her more than a couple times to pick up an activity that I want her to do. She really just gets it.
Okay. Well, it might get a little crazy in here because the next thing we have, may or may not, the next thing we have is the
toy. We're going to do a toy reveal.
Yeah.
They're going to be super excited. They might even play tug of war. We have no idea.
Probably not, knowing Creature, but
Rex.
Charming. Be a lady, not on camera. Yeah, no, I have a couple new toys. We're going to pick one of them to give them and see if they like it.
Yeah.
So I'll go grab it.
All right. Good dog.
All right, so I got this creepy llama toy from Chewy, and it's kind of weird because it like feels like there's actually like a neck in it. So we're gonna see if they like it.
They're having a mini competition over here. I told them to lay down. It's like, who can do it?
All right, guys. What's this? Get it.
Oh, and she's off. God, I hate these squeakers. I hope she don't find that. That's gonna be annoying. Lost it. Hey, watch it.
So, Creature's not much of a toy dog. Every once in a while he gets a little burst of energy and will go attack whatever toy is laying closest to him. It lasts about 30 seconds and then he's over it. So Rex is a little bit more of a good judge for those. She seemed to very much enjoy that toy. It's got a nice hearty squeaker.
Like 2 squeakers in it.
Yeah.
One more annoying than the other, but
some soft part. Obviously most dogs like the little limbs. They like to tear those off first. So I'm sure we will see her chewing on that one for quite a while.
We might be able to do a follow-up in a couple weeks with how well that's holding up.
Yeah, actually, yes. That's a good idea. We can do that. Fun facts.
I can start. So back when Dalmatians were first, like, in the old days, I'll put it that way, they were used in World War II as messenger dogs because they were very loyal and also very fast at running. So they were great for that. And then when they used them in the fire department, the story goes, that I've read anyway, says that the dogs used to run in front of the stagecoaches so that people would, like, see a Dalmatian like, oh, that's a strange animal or strange dog, because it wasn't very common back then, and they'd get out of the way and out of the streets because they would understand that, like, hey, the fire truck's coming. So that's kind of how they got their association with fire trucks and Dalmatians.
Sure. Yeah. Bulldogs. They've got a little less happy of a story, I guess. Bulldogs were originally bred as bait dogs for bullfighting. So basically they were used to attack bulls, and they would set out several bulldogs to attack the bulls, and whichever one took it down or killed it was the victor. And obviously there was bets placed and whatnot. Pretty quickly bullfighting like that became illegal, and once they did that, they kind of let the breed start dying off. However, when settlers came to the New World, they had wild bulls, and they actually had to get those out of the picture so they could settle, and they started bringing the bulldogs to help them get the bulls to a manageable point and get ropes on them so that they could safely remove them from where they needed to be. So it did become useful to have them around, and then they really just became very lovable house pets, and after that time they really just are only ever used for house pets. So this is what you get.
Thanks for joining us on Wine and Positive Vibes.
See you next time. Okay, here's the deal. We're sitting here chilling, drinking our wine, bullshitting.
And I asked her if she could still taste the grass.
I said I might as well be chewing on the lawn. For the update, I really do enjoy this wine. I really do. I know. I like genuinely I'm enjoying this wine.
A little sneak peek, we're going to have one that's all about the dogs, so if you're a dog lover, please stay tuned.
Still wine though, don't worry.
Yes.
Yeah, no, we're going to have some cute ones coming up. Like I said before, if this isn't your thing, we don't blame you for tuning off, but
we're goofy people.
If you want to stick around, videos can only go up from here. We're learning as we go. There are things that we will adjust and change over time, but for the better, we hope. Yep. So,
cheers.
Stay tuned.